Welcome to Eventful Endeavors, secrets to crafting the perfect celebration. If you're planning an event and looking for useful tips from industry experts, you're in the right place. So get ready to take some notes and we'll dive right in. This is Eventful Endeavors.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Eventful Endeavors. My name is Austin. I have a lovely guest today, Sarah Quimlevin. I am so happy to have you on here. Let's talk like humble beginnings. Like when did you know that wedding planning was it? Like, when did you know that this is what you wanted to do?
Oh, hell, I've been doing it 10 years and I still don't know if it's what I want to do. No, just kidding. I think any sane wedding planner would answer something similar, by the way. But so I actually, I think it's more like where my desire to do anything was more entrepreneurial versus necessarily planning. Like when I was a kid, I tried to sell everything. Like I sold water balloons, lemonade stands.
Yeah.
I shelled pecans you name it, I sold it.
Mm-hmm.
And how I got into the event planning world is I actually did advertising and PR for about 10 years.
Okay.
Got super burned out. And then I had started doing stuff on the side with another planner. And then I realized the organized chaos that is events is where I belong in my world, in my life. And then from there, honestly, I just kind of fell into a lot of the stuff that we now do. Like I came to find like a real passion for design and creating and not just the logistics. And that just came with time. That was a really long rounded answer. Not great. Maybe start over.
The long answers were great. No, that's fantastic. So, I mean, I have obviously got to work with you a handful of times now. And I mean,
what was your favorite, by the way?
My favorite,
I think I know it.
I have two. Okay.
Oh, okay.
And I mean, they're very different, and I know that I think I've done like maybe 4 or 5 with you now at this point.
It's been a few.
The one that we did at the Nelson Atkins is probably just like start to finish, how everything like on and outside of music, how everything throughout that evening was executed. That was probably, I think to date, probably one of the most fulfilling weddings that I think I've ever played.
Yeah. The flow of that was so good. That night just sung. Like everything was great.
It really was.
Yeah.
And I mean, I've played other weddings at the Nelson, and it's just it takes a very special set of vendors to like really execute that venue like flawlessly. And that was I just remember leaving that night and just was like, this was peak, you know?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Florida, hands down. The venue was amazing. That couple was so much fun. The house that we stayed in was just so surreal. But I remember we walked down like on the beach and like we stayed out till like 3, 4 in the morning, just like sitting there looking at the stars and looking at all the mansions like on the coast. But that private last dance
that's what I was thinking.
Yeah. The night was just that was like one of the most like soul rewarding moments of my life. And the fact that like we decided not to have video out there and it got to be like just the intimate moment between me and the couple. Like they walked out the doors and they were already crying, and like I was trying to hold myself together as I'm singing, which it was,
I still will never forget, like even me walking out there with them, and like the vibe was just, oh my God, it was all the vibes you would want, right? It's all the shit on Instagram that people like constantly send you.
Yeah.
And you're like, that's manufactured. Like that moment was so real. And I'll never forget, Brooke looked at me. It was like, why didn't you take a video? I was like, I felt like I was like being a voyeur, like taking a video, because I'm like, no, that was private. Like it was very personal, and I loved it.
You are one of the first wedding planners that like the weddings that I do with you, like I get to do like kind of like spotlight moments like that. And that was one of them where I hadn't done like a whole lot of like private, like secluded last dances like that. I actually think that was the first one that I had ever solo done. And I was so in my head in that moment. I was so worried that I was going to screw it up. And then it was just, I locked in last second and I was like, you know what, this is a great song. This is a great couple. This is a great wedding. And yeah, that's something I will never forget. I mean, that was.
You're stupidly talented. Like, oh my God, I can only imagine how I'd feel if I walked out and be like, oh damn. Like, I'd stop dancing with my husband and be like, hey, let's just watch this guy. Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, I guess speaking of like the destination weddings, I mean, Quintessential Events, the weddings that I have seen, like that you post, that you do, how did you get to like where you are now? Because I mean, it's just like, it's such a high caliber wedding planning service. I mean, it's so far set, I feel like, from anyone else here locally. I mean, you're so well respected. How did you get to the level that you are now?
Thank you. That's all very kind. And it's what we try to do. And honestly, it was an evolution, right, of the business. Like whenever I started, like, I remember I charged $1,500 and, you're like somebody hired you and you're like, holy you hired me to help you with your wedding. This is amazing. And
Yeah.
then I just, like I was saying earlier, I found, especially with the creative side, was where I turned on. And I
Yeah.
realized very quickly into the weddings we were doing, like, I did not like copy, paste, copy, paste, copy,
Yeah.
paste. I liked figuring out what drove the couple, like what really matters to them, what really matters to their family, and what's going to actually make the wedding hit and happen. And it's like people always think like, oh, here's the standard wedding timeline, boom, 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 boom. You've got to do these things. I'm meanwhile, and sorry to all the viewers of this, I cuss a lot. I'm like, no, like
Yeah.
do what is natural and authentic to you. Cause if you do that, then the party is going to flow and match it. Cause like when you think about it, right? Think about anytime you've been in a room and it's just a vibe.
Hmm.
That's what I feel like weddings should be. It should be a vibe because you're pulling in all these people that matter the most to you, and you should look around and it's just a beautiful chaos, so to speak. And
Yeah.
so I just honestly, I leaned in to doing that. And then our people kept finding us and trusting us.
Hmm.
And then, I mean, that's allowed us to do a lot of cool. I mean, if I'm being
Yeah.
honest, just because people, they see the work, they respect the work. And that's to me the most rewarding thing when we can tell somebody's story and it's not just some that's on Pinterest or some that's on Instagram. It's actually stuff that is relevant to those people.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I mean, it's like there's following trends, and I feel like there's like creating trends in the wedding
Yes.
industry. And and there's nothing wrong with either one of those, but it definitely makes it unique when I work a wedding with you, like it feels like the trend is created. It feels like
Yes.
it's authentic, it's in the moment, and it makes it so much more spectacular and unique.
Yeah, because it's not garish, it's not over the top, none of that. Because I also have the belief in design. Really good design is actually simple at the end of the day.
Mhm.
It's not just like, okay, here's this ostentatious thing, or I'm gonna have gold everywhere and it's gonna look like Donald Trump's bathroom. It's how can you pull together all these elements that all sing and tell the exact same story, but they're so small of details
Mhm.
that it just it makes it feel richer, it makes it feel more elevated, it makes it feel there's just dimension and texture and just I don't know, like I always say like when you walk into the room you should feel something. And that's how I want you to feel, right? If you walk into a room, cuz sorry, back up. Events when you really think about events, right? Everybody comes to an event, they expect this, right? But whenever you're anywhere doing this or up, like you're blowing minds.
Yeah.
And that's the goal. And it's not just to blow minds, but it's also like, why do the same everybody else is doing? Like
Yeah.
everybody's doing that. I don't want to do that.
It's such a yeah, like when your vendors are coming in and it's like, whoa, okay, this is gonna be a cool one. Like it's yeah, I mean, literally every single event that I'm on of yours is like this is just it's so next level.
Nothing. But I'm
It's
in my own head about it, just so you know.
you
Like if
shouldn't be,
Brooke was
you
on
shouldn't be
this
because
right
man,
now, she would tell you how often like I walk in, I'm like, is it good? Is it good? She's like, shut up. And I'm like, I
it's like
know.
literally
But
the best. Yeah.
yeah. Well, it's because I'm so at the end of the day, like I'm passionate about making something for somebody, for creating these memories, right? Like
Yeah.
people will ask me all the time, like, don't you love love? It's not my job that you're in love, right? Like you should be in love. You're getting married. My job.
Okay.
Well, no, but people are like, oh my God, like, don't you cry all the time? I'm like, well, no. Like, again, it's my job.
Yeah.
But I feel like my job's more, and where the reward comes from is creating a day and giving space to the day where people can actually have genuine emotions.
Yeah.
And then they can, like that couple, like Christina and Chad, right? Like those tears, those are like, I'm even getting chills right now. Like that is real.
Yeah.
And that's memories they get to live their lifetime with. And, they might not remember you and me. I mean, Christina's going to remember me, but like, only because we've known each other for a while, but they might not know you and me at the end of the day, but they'll never forget that feeling. And if I can create that feeling,
Oh, that's so cool. That's so cool.
And sorry, the dogs, if you see my camera shaking, y'all, the dogs are like playing underneath me now. And I'm like, sure.
Yeah, I'm surprised that the cats like haven't jumped off the refrigerator like they've been fighting all morning.
I mean, I kind of want it to happen to you just so I can watch like a cat dive bomb you from the side.
That'd be one of the highlights for sure. That's the first thing they're gonna post on this podcast. It's like, hey, this Kansas City guys, these cats are crazy. They really are.
I mean,
Um,
it is a cat.
yeah, they are cats. I mean, well, Stuart's a good one. Lexi, I've got a boy, Stuart. He's almost 9. And Lexi, she's the bane of my existence. Love her to death, but that's I wanted to. Now I wish I would have never got this.
I mean, Stuart's a good name for a cat. Let me tell you.
Yeah, no,
I
he's,
love
he's,
that
he's a
name.
little fella. He looks just like me. He's almost redhead. No one really knows what he is. You know, he's so it's a good combo.
Stop. Love it. Okay.
So a fun question that I've been asking a couple of different people. What is like, surely you've been doing this for what, 10 plus years, you said.
Mhm.
So give me a horror story. Give me,
Oh,
have you
God.
ever had any, you don't have to be specific to names, but like, have you ever had anything like a vendor didn't show up, like bandage, like anything crazy like that at like any of your weddings?
I mean, we had, name it, that's happened. I mean, from having grooms doing coke in the bathroom to the bride's getting a massive nosebleed when the father's giving his toast and I think she's crying, but it's not. There's literally blood gushing down her dress. I mean, people passing out, ambulances being called. I mean, what do you want to know? There's all the things that happened at this point. I've not had a runaway bride or groom yet. I honestly think the craziest that's happened as of late was the July one we had together that was outdoor with the 4 drummers. And hey, no, I know y'all don't, I know there's a lot of emotions around that day, but like, that was to me the epitome of why you hire really good vendors because whenever he got heat stroke. So yeah, everybody listening, the drummer got heat stroke because it was the dead of July. And God love all the musicians out there, but you're not the best about drinking water. I'm going to pick on y'all a little bit. But the way not only your team pivoted, but our team pivoted to like not only find one, like you drummed first,
Mm-hmm.
and then like in came another drummer that came from out of nowhere, and then came another drummer that stayed for
Chris
the
Davis,
rest of
I
the
think.
night.
Shout out to
Yeah,
Chris Davis if you see this. Yeah,
like the owner of
Media came out to
Jukebox.
save our ass. I mean, it was just,
I mean,
yeah.
even when I saw him, I was like, "Oh my god!" Because new drummer. But like, we just recently got to tell that bride that story, and she had no idea it had
You
happened.
didn't know?
No idea. Like y'all, like the drummer was literally like vomiting on the stage. Like it was crazy. But like,
Came from that weekend. We played 3 shows. All 3 of them were outside. And it was across the Midwest. And we had driven, I think, like almost 7 hours to that show back in Kansas City, like that day or
crazy.
something. And we're so exhausted. And you said it best. Musicians are, listen, I'm one of them. I will
They're
not.
notorious.
But like, it's notorious. We don't like drink water when we should. We just don't think about it. We're trying to execute. We're trying to do everything else, and it's it should be the first thing on your mind, but sometimes it's the last when like when it's real important. It's a big wedding, and yeah, Daniel. Shout out to Daniel Cole.
I wasn't gonna name names because you told me not to, but I mean,
You know what? With that instance,
he,
that's fine. That was a crazy day.
but
That was
he crushed it even.
and
Like
you know what?
him drumming and like literally I was getting sick, not missing a beat.
Yeah,
And that's why again, like even this is giving me chills because it just was the power of honestly a team.
yeah,
Because nobody like you guys were not alone in that. And like, we got Daniel like when his dad came, like we were making sure he got in his car because it's just like, no, you guys have got to do the gig.
yeah.
And the fact that that dance floor was packed, the fact that the bride didn't know, I mean, like that's again, that's why you hire really good people that have been
Yeah.
doing this for a minute, right? Versus just somebody that's like, oh, weddings are pretty, I'm gonna make some money. No, like
Yeah, no, you want to get to people
what
that
happens? Guys go down. Yeah.
that was probably of my music career my most stressful moment on stage. I think
Oh,
to
for
date.
sure.
I've never had to drum at a wedding before, especially with the wedding band. I mean, that's just. But no, we pulled it off. We executed. I mean, shout out to everybody who came in and
Yeah.
helped us out that day. That was a big trial and test for a wedding band in Kansas City.
Yeah.
We accomplished it. I mean,
Crushed it.
that was a crazy, crazy day, crazy weekend too.
Yeah. But but again, that's events. Like that's a horror story. I mean, our goal is just at the end of the day is that our clients never know what's happening, right? And like the only way they know is if they see it. But every event, something's going to go wrong. It's
Yeah.
just, it's going to, right? Like the best laid plans, it's one thing, but I mean, happens all the time. Like, yeah, like vendors have not shown up. Things that are supposed to be here have not shown up. And you just stay calm, you pivot. I should get a tattoo that says pivot. Like, you literally just, that's our job. You pivot and you
Yeah.
do it with a smile on, and you're just like, it's going to be okay. Meanwhile, in your mind, you're cussing everybody out, but it's going to be okay.
Yeah. Tell me about you said that you've worked with FNF before, yeah? Yeah. So like, when was that? Like, how did everything go?
It was really good. That was
Yeah.
one of our, and again, this goes back to like learning your client, right? Our client that we worked on together, our couple, sorry, I hate calling them clients. So our couples, she wanted a December wedding, like Christmas wedding, like that was the vibe. And she was just like, hey, we're not like huge partiers. So I don't think like a full out band's a great fit for us, but we want live entertainment.
Yeah.
And so then we spitballed some ideas, and then that's when I came up with dueling pianos. And
Yeah.
so we had dueling pianos, and then they lied because they were partiers. Like that dance floor was packed all night. But
Yeah.
the the dueling pianos was really, it's a really cool concept because it just allows so much guest interaction. And
Yeah.
I'm a live entertainment person all day, every day at events. I love live entertainment. And I just don't think there's a way to beat that, especially whenever you have two saucy pianists, going at each other about,
This all of it. Yeah.
all the things. And you're
Yeah,
like,
I'm so grateful for it too, because here, like with the Kansas City operation, it's Ashley and I. So I mean, her and I have obviously performed hundreds of shows together at this point. We also have some other killer players in Kansas City too. But yeah, it is such like a fun concept. I've found a lot with like clients that I've spoke to that have been reaching out to us. Like you can tell that like they want something like definitely
different.
unique. They don't want a DJ. They don't want a band. They want kind of that. I don't want to call it an in between, but it is just a unique.
It's an in between.
Yeah, I mean it's
But
yeah.
in the same time, like, don't you, this is like part of a bigger discussion that I feel like I'm constantly having, even in the wedding industry. Like, you guys are all actually artists. Why do we box it, right? Like, why do you just have to have a band? Why do you just have to have a DJ? Half the time I'm calling Dana Sterner, big props to her as well. And
Shout
I'm
out
like,
to
okay,
Fox Media.
I'm like, what weird can we do? And like, from the roaming players to anything, like even Sunday Serenade by Twice on Sunday. I'm like, y'all have the talent. Let's all figure out how to do these things that,
Yeah.
because the guest interaction, again, if you can get the guest in, like the night's gold.
Yeah. I feel like that's a really big thing. And I mean, I can't speak for like a lot of the other like wedding industries outside of Kansas City, but like a lot of like I
The
mean,
coast love it.
yeah, it's like the experience, like from the band's perspective or like the pianist perspective, anything like it is such an engaging area out here. Like the people that book us, like, obviously if they're gonna
Mhm.
spend money, they want us there, but like they really, really, really want us there. They want to be engaged. They want to party. And man, it's just such a rewarding, like I couldn't imagine doing like the full scope planning thing. Like my mind, I'm not good in that area, but like the entertainment side of it, man, it's such a, when I get to go into like a higher caliber wedding, like one of yours and everything, and like those people are there to
The
have
party.
fun. They're there to party. Yeah.
And that's what I feel like at the end of any event, right? Like, it doesn't take a lot to have a really good party, but it's taking and investing in the right things, right? Like live music, good music. Even if, I mean, like, again, we've got some great DJs in this city, but like when they do it right, you can't beat it. And that's just one of the tools to make it, because people go, I mean, when's the last time you gone to a wedding and you're just like, get me out of here, right? No, you want to go. Generally, you're like, let's have fun, let's let loose. And yeah, I just, live entertainment, open bar, some good food, like everybody's gonna be happy.
Everyone's gonna be happy. Yeah, it's
Everybody gonna be happy.
snacks, man. Recently, like Chick-fil-A has been coming in for the late night snacks, and
Oh God,
Chef's
who
Kiss.
doesn't love that, right? Like they give you the little chicken mini biscuit, and you're just like,
Yes, yes.
what are
I
these
used to get
magic?
platters.
Oh,
Those get like the 20 or 40 piece platters. Just
oh
and
yeah.
it's horribly selfish. I'd eat the whole thing myself.
Oh, our
But
team orders it all the time. We like have like nugs are the jam.
yeah,
Let's not.
that's the way to go. You can't go wrong with a honey butter biscuit. You know who else makes a good honey butter biscuit? It's Whataburger. But yeah, it's I could put on a whole podcast just about that alone. But they are
That says a lot.
yeah, to be tried for sure. For
Okay,
sure.
going to Waterburger sometime soon.
Yeah. So what's your next one? What are you working on currently?
Well, we just wrapped one this weekend, which I have to talk about because
Yeah.
it's the epitome of the like we live to do. couple that honestly were, if they could have gotten married where they wanted, it probably would have been like a hillside in Colorado where nobody was around, and then they called people and like, hey, we were married. But they're huge outdoorsy people. Like they have a van that they'll go, do camping trips on. But like her mom and her mom, their parents were like, we'd like you to have a wedding.
Yeah.
And so I gotta say big props to that mom in particular. She really let the couple design lead, which it was not hers, but it was boho meets West Elm, but they wanted the entire place to feel like it felt like you were just coming into their house.
Oh,
But
that's
the
cool.
best part of it was they did at noon an intimate ceremony just for 30 people, followed by a 3-course sit down lunch. And then they had a break. That ceremony, and again, I don't get choked up on that often anymore. And it's not because I'm a robot like Brooke says, but because it just, I'm more like, okay, like, are we on time? Are we like, is everything good? I had all the feels because it was so intimate. It was so cool, but it was all of the design, everything was just so authentically them. And then whenever they came back for the reception later that evening, it was cocktail style. So there was a program, so to speak, but it was very like eat food, drink, sit down, mingle. Okay, there's a dance. Okay, eat, drink, sit down, mingle, dance. They like the groom bought everybody Stetsons. Like it just was great. Like, I mean, there was just such a vibe in the room, and they were such kind people, and it was such good design. And it's the epitome of what we live to do. And we're still in cloud nine after that wedding, and I just
Yeah.
love them. I love them. I love them.
And then the Instagram's Quintessential Events KC.
Yes.
Yeah. So viewers, please check out her stuff. And you can see what we're talking about here. Just the caliber
it's
event.
wheels going up here in a minute. And if you struggle with Quintessential, because everybody does, just pretty much put in Q and I'll pop up.
Yeah.
Nobody even go. It's just Sarah Q. That's what people call me.
Well, perfect. We're pretty much wrapped up for our time today. Thank you so much.
Anytime.
I feel like, there's so much more that the people just need to know about your business and what you do and the products that you have, your team. Thank you so much for being on here today. I appreciate you. I love working with you, and hopefully I'll see you a few more times here this year.
Oh yeah, I love you too.
All right, we'll see you very soon, Sarah.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to another episode of Eventful Endeavors, Secrets to Crafting the Perfect Celebration. We hope to have left you with some actionable ideas for your own event. If you like the show, please subscribe and definitely leave us a review. We read every comment. So until next time, happy planning and see you soon on Eventful Endeavors.